Welcome back. Now the story of Billy's Place. And first and foremost, Claudia Faust, our newest teammate at Sports 360, she joins us out and about on this cool story. Claudia, this is one that you look at and you say, wow, way to go for Billy. Take it away on your story of Billy's Place.
That's right, Brad. And today, starting the conversation, we introduce you to a nonprofit called Billy's Place. It began when a Valley mom and her son lost a very special person in their lives. The help they received many years ago was so powerful, they wanted to pass on to others what they had learned to give those dealing with grief a sign of hope.
So I started my freshman year. That was the first time I had ever played.
Meet Billy McGreal. He plays volleyball for Sunrise Mountain High School in Peoria.
The constant action, like it's fun. There's always something going on.
The 16-year-old, who also plays club volleyball, takes what he has learned from Billy's Place and applies it to all aspects of his life.
A lot of stuff I learned from Billy's Place and the other place was about like interacting with people and, talking to people, helping people through different experiences, like dealing with things. So I feel like it helps me kind of do well in a team setting.
We know grief doesn't, it's always going to be here. But yeah, he's moving on. He's got a great group of friends and volleyball, and it's just been so awesome for him.
Julie McGreal-Schregel is Billy's mom.
Billy was 15 months old when Mike died, so he doesn't remember. He doesn't have a memory of his father. I can even remember in kindergarten him coming home and just being expressing the want for a father.
Julie and Billy found the help that they needed at a local grief support center in Wisconsin. It changed their lives, and Julie knew she had to pass on to others what they had learned.
I started dreaming it up when I first moved out here in 2008, just because there wasn't a whole lot of resources for kids who were grieving.
Julie created Billy's Place with Chris Friedman back in 2013. They provide peer-facilitated support groups for kids, young adults, families, and seniors experiencing grief.
It's always hard to make that call in the beginning, but I think the big thing is, it's just taking that first step.
Just ask Kim Humphrey.
This is a place where, you don't have to walk on eggshells when you talk. It's non-judgmental. So many of us on the team and our volunteers, our donors, we all have a story of our own significant loss.
Kim lost her 6-year-old daughter, Maisie, back in 2019.
She lived a very powerful 6 years of life. From the outside, people would probably look at the struggles that she had to endure because of her medical complexities. But she was a happy girl, and there wasn't a person that we walked by that didn't smile at her.
Kim's experience with Billy's Place led her down a new career path. She is the nonprofit's director of operations and works closely with the families.
We have our Grief Resource Center here in the office that I tell them about and help them find resources they may need. We just normalize whatever you're feeling at that moment. I think that's what makes it so comfortable here.
It's that kind of safe environment at Billy's Place, helping kids and adults open up and share stories of their special loved one.
I love the wall, right? Because that's why we're all together. And I just love the fact that after people have been here for 2, 3, 4 months, you start seeing the kids bring other kids over and be like, oh, that's my mom or that's my dad. And it's part of them, and it makes their life real, right? That they were there.
It's kind of unreal seeing back all the way, probably now 6 or 7 years ago when my mom said, I'm thinking of starting a little organization, and she asked me, can I name it after you? And at the time I'm like, sure, I don't care, that'll be cool. And then it's awesome to see, what that one little idea has kind of grown into and what it's going to keep growing into over the years.
One community event growing every year is the nonprofit's Hike for Hope. It will take place at Sunrise Mountain in the West Wing community on April 17th.
Sometimes it'll be just 2 or 3 people, or one of our families who's been coming here since the very beginning, Team Sissy. They get 30, 40, 50 people that come. I think that first year that you lose somebody, you just don't know what's going on. And so you're kind of just lost. And so I think what I hear the most is people saying, honestly, I don't think I could have gotten through that first year without having my Billy's Place family.
I feel like, having a place for people to come together, like talk about their feelings, it really just puts a lot into the memory of my dad, and it almost just immortalizes him,
Well, I'm really looking forward to strapping up my hiking boots for the Hike for Hope on April 17th. If you're interested in joining, head to billysplace.me for all the details.
Good stuff there, Claudia, and really appreciate having you on board. Claudia Faust there. Hey, before we get out of here,